Hey YouTube, Mike here. How are we doing today? Well, I'm back on the air. I had to take about 2 weeks off. Blew out my right knee. It's an old injury, hockey injury that I had many years ago and never had it fixed. And every now and then, you know, I'll sprain it, but this one was bad. I had to take it pretty easy. But I'm back. And I posted a video of a major project that I'm going to be doing. Actually, it's going to be a hobby cave, now a spare room. My middle daughter moved out, and now I'm able to transform a room into my model building, and also I can be doing editing. The Dungeons and Dragons table was put on hold for a few weeks until the tournament. And now I have about 4 weeks that I can do, and let me show you. I'm going to be building a custom desk. Here's the desk. It's going to be 6 foot long by 31 inches tall by 24 inches at the base for the drawers will be, and then the top will be about 28 inches, and it'll be a 1 inch, almost like a work surface, like a workbench top, and it's going to have a built touch, also 6 foot by 14, adjustable shelves, a couple of doors, and this thing will be dedicated so that I can put my paints and all my other little stuff in there. But if you look at my video, you'll see my old table that I had, and you know what the room looks like. Okay, I want to show you, you know, a couple of things that I picked up. Some pretty nice stuff from Rockler and a bunch of stuff from Incra. And the Mitre Saw station is complete, and I wanted to give you a rundown of the station, and all of the SYS drawers have finally come in, and I have them pretty much 99.9% like Ivory Soap installed. Okay, let's do a quick little toy tour here. I'm not sure if I showed this one, but I picked up the Rockler taper jig. Pretty nice, half-inch MDF. It's the jig grade surface. You have to assemble it. You have to put on the anti-skid pieces, but you can adjust this for whatever angle you want to do the taper. I actually have this zero clearance to the saw stop. It was never used on my rigid saw. 2 hold downs, the 5-star. Nice torque on them. It's got the 5-star adjustment. You have to install the ruler for the zero clearance, and it comes with their track runner with their little poly adjustment for the slop inside of the your track. Did a couple of test cuts on some scrap wood. Very nice. Very nice. It'll actually do a leg for about 6 inches to 1 inch of the adjustment, and you can do 50% down. Okay, the other Rockler pieces that I picked up a box joint jig that actually mounts onto the router table, and I did a couple of, you know, just basic wood, some pine, a couple of box joints. Yeah, they're not perfect, but it looks, you know, does a nice bit. I do have an Eyebox from Incra, but it's set up for my rigid table saw. It's not set up for the saw stop, and I haven't even put the dado in the saw stop yet. Phenomenal saw. I highly recommend it, especially for the safety features, and as you can see on my safety video and first aid for the table saw. But I still want to get used to it before I start messing with the add-ons to the table saw. So I picked this up because I'm going to do a couple of box joints, and I played around with it. It's pretty nice. Again, it comes with a 5-star, same half-inch plywood MDF. That's the jig grade. You do have to put the auxiliary fence on. It comes with 3 different keys. Comes with a quarter, 3/8, and half-inch. You just take the 2 screws out and you put the other keys inside of it, and then you just need to make 3 different backstops with the proper key that will accept inside of this. But very nice. Setting up the bit Works really good. Okay, let's see where we'll put this. The other jig that I picked up is the Spline Cutter, also for the router table. It'll do an 8-inch to 2-inch box. Again, same plywood, same 5-star Rockler knobs, nice torque. It comes with the whole track. It comes where you center it. It comes with a centering piece for the router bit, and it'll do all the different spline joints from a straight right down to a key and a dovetail. They also, in the instructions, give you the explanation to make the keys if you don't want to buy them. I'll include all the model numbers and all the pricing in the descriptions below. Okay, these things, I actually saw somebody using them on a job site. And these are their 90-degree hold downs. Let me get the one that's apart. You buy it in 2 separate pieces. You buy this clamp it, then you buy the 90-degree. Now they make 3 different versions of this piece. They make the large one, they make a small mini, then they make one that is adjustable, that has a bolt through here. This piece comes with 2 1/4 by 2.5-inch black bolts that you actually bolt this down. As you can see, this one is already bolted down. See the bolts in there? You can bolt this down and it'll do up to a 1-inch piece, but it's really made for 3/4 and 1/2 inch, as you see here. So 2 pieces of just scrap wood, clamped down, perfectly flush. Now, of course, as tall as you have it, you can use a second one. So really, you need 8 of them. Let's get this thing squared. Tighten up the 2. Again, 5-star knobs, rubber feet to hold it onto the table. And now, depending on how big your box is, you have either 4 or 8 of them to do your either nails, screws, pocket holes, whatever. Now, there is another thing that this can do. If you don't want to buy the clamp it module and just these, you can buy these clamp it pieces. And basically what it does is it gives you an inexpensive 90-degree angled, if I can get it in there and show you. Here, flip it around, tighten this up, get it squared, and now there's your 90-degree hold piece. Another thing this will do, let me turn the camera around to the table saw. You want to put an auxiliary fence on the table saw. Let me zoom this in to the table saw. So, you can take a piece of wood, drill 1/4-inch holes in the wood. That will accept this piece. And in turn, you can then clamp this onto the fence of your table saw to give you your auxiliary fence. Pretty neat. All right, let's get this back into position here, and we'll continue. Okay, so these are the clamp it, and here is the Eyebox. I bought this a while back. Worked really nice, but like I said, this is set up for my rigid saw, and I still have to set it up for the saw stop. Actually, I just have to adjust all of these pieces, but like I said, once I get used to the table saw, I'll start this. This can also be used on the router table. In the instructions, and they give you a video for the Eyebox jig, it will work on a router table also. All right, I'm going to get this back into its little home. Get this back here. Now, with the box joints from Incra, I picked up the Hinge Crafter. Basically, as it says, it'll do 3/4, 5/8, 1/2 inch, and 3/8 hinges. So basically, you're taking a piece of wood, you're running it through the router on a bullnose bit, making the box joint rounded. Then you're taking a straight bit and you're going to make multiple passes down this, which gives it the recess. And if you look at a hinge, the actual plate part where the screws are is lower than the actual barrel of the hinge. So once you have that done, you then take this piece, and here's the instructions. You can actually see it in the instruction sheet. Mount it onto a vise. They have the corresponding barrels, 3/4, 5/8, 1/2 inch, 3/8. They give you a number 30 by 6-inch drill bit, and then they give you this thumb screw with plate that will lock down through all these multiple different threaded holes. Very nice anodized aluminum CNC'd. So once you lock the piece of wood in, you take your number 30 drill bit and you drill right through the holes. And then you, depending on how big the hinge is, you move it down and keep drilling the holes. Now, then you take it onto your table saw and you rip the actual hinge to the size you want. Then you use a 1/8 inch brass rod, and that is your actual hinge pin to make wood hinges. I'm going to play around with it a little bit, and I'm going to be posting a video. I'll post a video on the box joint off of the router table and the spline, and then we'll go with this. I don't have any of the bits yet. I actually ordered a bit set from Incra that has all of the router bits that I need to make the hinges. Okay, these things. These you can purchase at Home Depot. It's called a gear tie. They come in 32, 24, 18, 3-inch, multiple colors. Basically, it is a rubberized tie that will conform back to its original shape. Tie up your extension cords, your hoses, pieces of wood. I'll show you what I used it on. This hose kept falling off. Can we see here? And I basically used it to tie the hose on to the Oneida Cyclone. And now it holds perfectly. This thing kept falling off. It was a pain in the neck. I ended up putting one of the 24 inches on it, and it works great. Home Depot, they're not expensive. I just picked these up this morning, and I think these two was $6.99. All right. My last big purchase here, and I've been doing Kaizen inserts. I took the whole drawer out so you could see it better, because I purchased an Incra set, and I'll be posting the model number and the price. But it came with their Protractor. It came with their 12-inch. And I have the 6-inch. It's their 90-degree. It came with their 12-inch square. This I purchased separately. This is their pocket square, and it also came with their straight ruler, which is bendable. You can bend it around radiuses. And I just put it inside of some 2-inch Kaizen foam. I put my the Incra pencil, yeah, what can I think of? You know, it's my calipers, and my scribe. And it all fits nice and neatly down here, right where I need it, in the drawer. Okay, got a nice surprise for Father's Day. This actually was a gift from my wife and my daughters. A Wood River number 92 shoulder plane. Now I was looking at different shoulder planes, but this thing is very, very well casted. I haven't used it yet. I still got to take the blade out. I still have to give it its a little sharpened, but it has an adjustable to adjust the nose. It adjusts here for the blade, and this is the adjustment for in and out. Very well machined, very well casted, very well, all edges are perfectly ground down, nothing is sharp but the blade. It was a very nice surprise from the family for Father's Day. Alright, let me take this off the tripod and show you alright. I put the last drawer in the drill press. Now all my drill bits, all my hole saws, all my drill bits for my pen turning, and everything else I do for turning, except the larger drill bits, the hole saw bits are up there, are in right there underneath my drill press. I have all of the sanding carts done. I might be able to get one more drawer in there, but all of my sanding blocks, sanding pads, my pen turning sanding, everything is in there. And then there is all of the pieces that I need to do work on the MFT tables. And as you can see in those boxes, there's 3 there. Those are extra. Then I have one more there, right next to the chop saw, and one behind the refrigerator. I kind of like bought them in case I need them because they're unavailable. Okay, the miter saw station. Let's get the garbage pail out of the way. The last drawer is put in, and there is the miter saw station. Kaizen boxes are labeled. All of my vac bags, my biscuits. That Y up there, I'm going to be putting a 4-inch so I can do a vacuum. So this shop is a mess. And there, I cut up a sheet of 3/4, a sheet of 1/2 inch, and a sheet of 1/4 inch. Some is there, and some is over here. That is for that table. And then over here, I started plywooding the wall. I still have one more piece to put in, but I did another clamp rack. Home Depot ran a special on those Betsy clamps. They were like $9.95. So I picked up another, I think it was 4 sets of them. I got my planes mounted, my hold downs, that level I use, my scribes, vice grips I use, nut drivers, metric and standard, my woodpecker. There's 2 more clamps I couldn't fit on the rack. There is my MTR-18, my saws, my machinist squares, and then I put a couple of the Gladiator pieces up there that will actually have my pen blank pieces in it, stuff, exotic wood pieces. But I got one more sheet of plywood to put up right there and finish putting that rack for the plywood in there, and that's it. Alright, let me get this back up here. Oh, and another thing, I picked up a couple of more of the Calavera 5 bags. I mean, this is the one that I mount here, but these bags, I tell you, my guys love these things. Color-coded, multiple colors, a carabiner, belt clip. You can label the bag, draw tie to seal it. If you look on my Instagram page, I actually made up 2 different belts. One belt was a rig belt from when I was a fireman that had its own rubber pieces on it. And I can actually put 2 bags on this side if I wanted to, and 2 bags on this side and some in the back. But us bigger guys, it's a little hard to reach back there with all that extra girth on us. But we put the belt, and then I took a belt that I purchased from Home Depot, one of these ballistic nylon belts. It was like $9. Then I bought a bunch of leather, and I stripped out pieces of leather about 1/2 inch, popped the holes through it, popped holes through the belt, used leather rivets, riveted them on, and now I made belts for my guys. We clipped them on. We put our nail straps in here, our 2-hole straps. We can put our cutters in here, our ruler in here, clip a pencil on. It would be a really great idea if he put like a pencil holder here, or a pen marker, the markers like the Milwaukee markers that'll hold in there. But I mean, yeah, you put a couple of things in there, you'll find it. But it's better than carrying, especially when we're under a house or in an attic. These things work great. I think I have about probably 18 of them now. And then I know I showed you this in another video, but this is the hold system that actually mounts right onto the MFT3 table. And it comes with other pieces of aluminum. Look at that, right on. And then just lock it down. And now my bags, I got my pocket hole screws, and well, they're empty now. And then I have my mostly used sheetrock screws. And then, if you want to, let me grab this. I should have had this staged. It comes with these pieces that you can now screw either to a wall, to your truck wall, piece of metal, whatever. And this slides into this now. And now this is mounted in your truck, and your bags are there. Cinch them closed, put them on. They'll move, back and forth a little bit, but you're not losing the contents in the bag. Okay. All right, YouTube, I'd like to thank everybody for all of the subscribes, all of the comments, and all of the likes. I greatly appreciate it. Again, not to my doing, but I had to take the 2 weeks off. But I am back. I'll be doing my normal posting of videos, and we'll be doing the build and be posting that. Okay, YouTube? Again, if anybody wants a Mike Woodshop sticker, I will include my email address. Send me your mailing address, and we'll mail you out a sticker. No matter where you are, we can mail it out. It's only 2 stamps to Europe. Okay? All right, YouTube. You have a very good weekend, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye-bye.